Incredible December bite on the bluefin tuna on Tanner Bank. That is continuing in absolutely gorgeous weather. It's a beautiful day here in Surfside, California. Great fishing for rockfish up at Verges in Morro Bay on the Black Pearl, and also in the Channel Islands, San Nicolas Island, providing great, excellent table fare and big old rockfish for everybody. And south of the border, great fishing down toward Cabo San Lucas, San Martin Island producing, and also down there for our friends at Bluefin Sportfishing. It has been another great week for bottom fishing down the coast. You know what time it is, everybody. Good morning. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Glorious. Oh. Hey, good morning, my friends. It is great to have you here in Surfside, California this lovely morning. Thanks for joining us. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I hope your World Cup soccer team is winning. If you're into that kind of thing and you're out rooting for them this morning, it's absolutely beautiful. And fishing is incredible right now. Before we get into it, could you do me a favor and hit that like button? We deeply appreciate all you're doing as we head toward 1.5 million views now. In fact, we just had a TikTok video up the other day, and it has exceeded 2.5 million views. And of course, we owe that all to you. So remember, you can follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts. It's all for you. It's all because of you. Hit that like button. If you like our videos, please share them, subscribe, tick that bell so you're notified when there's content. And thanks for everything you do for us. Happy holidays, everybody. Tremendous stuff going on in the sport fishing business right now in Baja, California, as well as up here in Southern California. I do want to make mention, in case you missed it, there was a commercial boat that went aground at Santa Cruz Island, but everybody was safe, thank goodness, and it didn't appear to do any damage to the marine environment. It was the Speranza Marie, went ashore at Chinese Harbor at Santa Cruz Island a couple of days ago, but once again, everybody is safe. Thank goodness. Cabo San Lucas, Sean Morgan runs a yacht down there. He checked in with us. He's fishing literally a half a mile out from San Jose del Cabo and catching copious amounts of Dorado. There's marlin everywhere. He's running like half-day trips out there, a couple of hours, and they catch all kinds of really great fish. So really good fishing going on down there. The air temp's about 75 degrees, the water temp's 80 degrees. It's beautiful fishing. Moving you up the Baja coast there, around San Martin Island and that coastal region outside of San Quintin. That's 140 miles south. They're catching yellows on the yo-yo iron. Good rockfish down there. It's been really, really good. And our friends out of Bluefin Sportfishing, now they're out there on Punta Banda, about a half-hour drive from downtown Ensenada. A little longer than that for some of you guys. Great bottom fishing going on for those guys. They're going out, hanging a left, and going down to the Soledad Bank, down there around Santo Tomas, and they're catching nice lings and reds and copious amounts of bottom fish. It's been really, really great fishing for those guys. There's some big bonita there as you go out, and when you come back, that you might fish around the Punta Banda area. The guys from Campo Siete climbing down those cliffs to get a piece of that are catching bonita and an occasional yellowtail, and the weather couldn't get much nicer than it is right now. It is absolutely gorgeous, perfect. There's a lack of wind, the seas are calm. Yeah, you're gonna have to bundle up and dress in layers no matter where you go right now, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how it can get any better than it is right now. Well, let's bounce you out to the bank. Not the bank, the Tanner Bank is what I'm talking about, where there is phenomenal bluefin tuna fishing going on, especially when you put it in context. It's almost Christmas, for God's sakes. And the bluefin tuna continue to bite. And the water temp's pretty low right now, you know, like high 50s, 60, like that out there. And that BFT is not going anywhere because there's a lot of feed there. There's a lot of squid on the bank. And of course, that's like a Taco Bell or a McDonald's. Why would the fish leave, as Danny Cadota says? They've got 24-hour service, drive-up service. They can eat all they want, so they're stuck there on the bank, and they are biting. And there's a lot of boats out there that are all doing really, really well. Royal Star, Outrider, several other long-range guys Now, a lot of guys are going to lay in for Christmas, but they're going to have a dilemma in San Diego, and it's a good one too. You know, they start these Collinet trips. Collinet is located 120 miles south of San Diego, and the San Diego fleet switches over to that in January, February, March, principally because rockfish season closes in Southern California. So it's closed, so you can go jump on a San Diego boat, head down to Collinet, that 120-mile run, catch really good rockfish down there, and very, very possibly some good yellowtail action on the yo-yo iron. So the dilemma is going to be, it seems like to me, if this all keeps up, do we go down to Collinet or do we go out to the bank where we can get the rockfish? After January 1st, you won't be able to do that, but right now you can do that and catch bluefin tuna. So it's going to be bluefin tuna or down the coast. It's a great problem to have. Tribute on a day-and-a-half trip ended up 3 fish short of limits of bluefin tuna, and it was good fishing. In fact, Mike Pritchard on the Tribute wanted to thank the Royal Star and the Outrider for tubing him up. He got him some live squid, got his day going in pristine, gorgeous weather. Excellent fishing. They stayed busy all day, just missed limits. Fantastic fishing. And while most of those fish have been in the 18 to 25-pound class, starting to see a lot more in that 30 to 60-pound range right now. So that is really, really good. They still seem to be on the finicky side, so that's why you want to use fluorocarbon. It makes all the difference in the world to your success. And we like Opsin, as you well know. www.opsinusa.com. Sounds like a song, man. I like that. OpsinuSA.com. Make sure you put in FA at checkout, and you'll get a love note from Greg Brown, the owner, as well as a free gift. That's going to work really well. 20, 25 pound. You want to fish that? You talk to your crew members. Those guys know what's going on. They're dialed in. They can see it. They'll watch very closely. If the intensity of the bite goes up, they're going to get you on it. So, you know, just bring 20, 25, 30, 40, 60, sometimes with that live squid, sometimes with that fresh dead squid. They'll bite the heavier line. And while we're talking about the light stuff, sometimes you have to drop your hook size down to a number 4. Now, that light line has resulted in, I don't know, 50% casualty rate. I mean, you lose a lot of fish, mostly due to chew-throughs. They chew through the line. Yeah, bluefin tuna do have teeth, and they chew through all the time. The longer you're on them, the more likely it is something's going to go wrong. So put the screws to them, fish as heavy as you can, and when you're fishing sardine, choose a good hot bait. It'll make all the difference in the world. Trevor, on board the Freedom, what a trip they just got in from with 56 bluefin tuna. LA Orange County based boats have been all over the fish and doing really well. 22nd Street, you got the Pride, you got the Amigo, you got the Freedom, and they're all doing great. In fact, the word out of the bank this morning is they are biting. It's a really good morning bite out there, and it's already game on the bank. I don't have any numbers for you, but I was talking to Mike Morrison from 22nd Street Landing, and it sounds good again out there, and that is great. And let me just re-emphasize to you that you do get a shot at the rockfish. You catch lings and reds and bocaccio and all kinds of great stuff out there on the Tanner Bank region. I don't know how it can get any better. It's December, for God's sakes. Bluefin tuna, good rock fishing, perfect weather. Going to get a little wind out there like midweek Wednesday. It's going to get up there around 14, 15, fishable, but uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable. And then it just goes back down to what we've got right now. Beautiful, gorgeous, flat, calm seas. Man, it is so beautiful right now. We are truly blessed this Christmas, no question about it. So that bite is continuing very, very well. Keep that in mind on the fluorocarbon. Keep it in mind to make a friend with the crew, because they're the guys that know what's going on, and they will help you every step of the way. Islands, all right, down there, San Martin, we covered it, yellows, and there's coastal yellows also. Up there at, what's the island off Ensenada, everybody? I can't remember, honestly can't remember. Anyway, the island right there off of Ensenada. Good rock fishing going on there. It's going to come to me in a second. As we move you up the line, Coronado Islands off San Diego, we continue to see Todos Santos Island. We continue to see rockfish, few yellows. Clemente, a few yellows there. Rockfish, nobody's fishing, everybody's out on the bank. Catalina Island, good bonita, rockfish going on there. Santa Barbara Island and Catalina Island have been kicking out some good halibut and sea bass not a lot, but there's squid everywhere. And of course, that squid is producing and bringing in all kinds of predators right now. So we're seeing a few big sea bass, a lot of halibut at Santa Barbara for private yacht guys. Sport boats might get a piece of it, but it hasn't reached that kind of intensity quite yet. And then of course the Channel Island region, we continue to see great rock fishing up there until January 1st. San Nicolas Island, the El Dorado, with a fabulous trip out there. Sheepshead whitefish, those big goats, man. I don't know if there's anything better than doing that. It is so much fun. And our good friend KJ from Mag 12 Swim Baits. KJ's a great guy, and he was up there on the Black Pearl on an overnight trip out of Verges in Morro Bay, and he said, it was silly. It was so wide open, so incredibly wide open that we got done with limits in a hurry. Big reds, beautiful lings, giant Boccaccio, biting the Mag 12 swim baits. Really great fishing up there. KJ, thanks for all those great photos, man. What a trip those guys had up there in that neck of the woods. Coastal, I'm talking half day, 3/4 day guys are catching just about everywhere. Shallow water rockfish right now. Occasional bass, there's some bass in the Santa Monica Bay for the Redondo-based boats. But most of those guys are all focused in on the rockfish, especially with that January 1st closure looming here very, very soon. And in the surf, man, look how gorgeous that is. Now on the low tide, like we've got right now, we had a high at about 5 this morning. You can pick off halibut on these types of lows. Lucky Craft lures, probably similar type of lure is going to work good for you, but I like throwing a chrome crocodile. Even those Castmasters, those flatties will bite it. Wintertime bite in the surf, better when you're fishing bait, but you can get bit on the artificials. And once again, vary your retrieve. Sometimes when it gets cold like this right now, it's a slow retrieve. Now, it isn't a slow retrieve for barred perch, and there's a lot of great barred perch fishing, especially south of the border, down there around Colonette, San Quintin, even Ensenada area. But we're starting to see more barred perch in here also. The water temps drop. That's the kind of water they love to put their little feet in. Well, they don't have feet. They're little fins. Let's put it that way. All right, there you have it, everybody. There is some great fishing going on, and it is still going on. Remember, weather on Tanner Bank. Here coastally, we're going to be okay. Up a little bit on midweek area, but fishable. No problem at all. Great fishing continuing for boats. Pedro. Hey, I said it. Everybody's yelling at me about I say San Pedro all the time because, I don't know, my Spanish kicks into gear. Pedro, San Pedro. For all you guys that want me to say Pedro, they keep putting in the comments, say Pedro. San Pedro, 22nd Street Landing. Some really good bluefin tuna fishing out of the bank. And anybody who's heading out there has had great success. Don't forget your fluorocarbon, fish hard, and get it done. All right, my friends, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate all you do for Friedman Adventures as we zoom toward 1.5 million views. Can't thank you enough. And of course, we'll be back here all day long with the very latest. Take care, my friends. Really appreciate all you do. Happy holidays, and I hope to see you really, really soon.